Welcome everyone to this briefing of the DAFNI champions. On the line, I'd say we've got three groups of people. One is the team from STFC who are developing the DAFNI system. Then there's a number of representatives of the DAFNI Govenance Board, so that's the consortium of universities that are overseeing and guiding the delivery of DAFNI. And then it's wonderful to have this group of champions with us. And I'm just going to provide a couple of minutes of background of what the Champions scheme is about, and then I'll hand over to each of you to do some very quick introductions, because what this session is about is in terms of sharing information, so what everyone's up to, what they're trying to achieve, and we're all pushing in the same direction. The DAFNI Champions scheme actually came into existence as a consequence of some discussions we had at a DAFNI Govenance Board around about a year ago now, which really emphasized something we'd recognized all along, which is that the success of DAFNI depends on building a really vibrant community of users, of people who recognize the benefits of DAFNI and using it because it's the best way of achieving their research goals. And there are many potential benefits. Just been chatting about them actually in the DAFNI exec, where you're emphasizing how DAFNI becomes part of the data ecosystem with a particular niche in relation to infrastructure data, but also how the DAFNI compute and modeling platform makes model-based research into infrastructure systems easier and more efficient, and we're able to tackle bigger, harder problems. And then also DAFNI has this crucial role to play in providing legacy of enabling the research model development innovation, which we're doing in universities and research institutes, to be picked up by other people in an accessible and useful and reasonably quality controlled way. And also it provides us opportunities for impact. So there are lots of people who are interested in the research that we're doing, but we know that in practice, sometimes that doesn't actually materialize. And a lot of it is to do with the interface between researchers and busy practitioners who don't necessarily have the skill set to get going with bits of research standard code. And by having well-curated models already in workflows with data sets, with accompanying visualizations, means that we can say to in government or industry or local authorities or whatever, not only can you look at our results, but you can your hands on what we're doing and try things out for yourself. And I think that's a really compelling message. So what the champions, what you're all here for, I mean, that was set out in the terms of reference for the champions call. I kind of boil it down to two things, basically. The overall goal is contributing to the success and legacy of DAFNI. So ensuring that beyond March of next year, and that's not at all far off, as we keep on reminding ourselves, there's a system which is being used and is of value to the research and practitioner community. And frankly, we're able to make a case for that value in order to attract funding from a variety of different sources. And so the way in which the champions fit into that, I've described as being both inward looking and outward looking. So the inward looking bit is looking from where you are within universities into DAFNI, providing feedback on end user needs, in a sense, your pilot end users. The DAFNI development team are working incredibly hard at the moment, and they need a lot of feedback in terms of what works, what's most convenient for their users, and how to prioritize. And by providing pilots and data sets and actually using the system during its development, you're making a crucial contribution to the system being fit for purpose March of next year. And then the outward looking bit of the champion's role is to contribute to building that community, in particular to raising awareness within your universities through webinars and pilots or whatever you're doing. And there's a great diversity of things being done within the Champions program. And so making people aware, recruiting potential DAFNI users, getting people who are writing grant applications to think about how DAFNI can fit in and contribute to grant applications, and getting the word out beyond universities in all the other networks that you're part of, research and practitioner networks. So that in a nutshell is what I see the champion's role as being. There are lots of different interpretations of that in the proposals that we received, and that's a good thing. Diversity is good. And what we're going to do now is just go through a series of very short introductions where you set out what it is that you're doing and how that contributes to the goals that I've just set out. I'd be happy to answer any quick questions now about the role if you want to ask me anything.